What's going on, guys? It's Todd from Like-Minded Lunatics bringing you another Drink, Play, Swear. It's all we do here. It's all we're certified and bonded to do around here. We're glad you're with us. Hey, I hope you feel like a like-minded lunatic. I see our family of like-minded weirdos and dingbats is growing every day. Makes me and Mark real happy to see. But if you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Do it now to show us how big the family's getting. You know, when COVID's over, the vaccines are all out. Mark and I are planning like real shows. Like we could actually get together and like do stuff. And the subscribers are going to be the first people who know about that kind of thing. I can't really talk about it. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned it. But someday we're all going to get together in a more tangible way. And you'll want to be a part of it. I hope you'll be a part of it. Here we are, like-minded lunatics, and drink, play, swear. If you're new to this area, we like to play a game, usually a classic one, and we have a beverage with it. And of course, we also tell a story. So I'm glad you're here with us. Hey, by the way, if you haven't done so, please check out the other content on the channel. The Friday night videos are always my favorite part. My writing partner and good buddy Mark Gifford does those every Friday. Check those out, the Friday night videos. You know what, Mark? If you could, please connect them to the White Snake Monday matchup you did. Maybe right there, the Monday matchup about White Snake, Here I Go Again, the two versions? I didn't know they recorded two versions of that song. So if you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out. It's worthwhile. And if you're not familiar with Mark's stuff, you're going to love it. So, okay, what are we playing today? What are we doing? Well, first of all, we are going to play, oh man, what? Little Sonic action. Little Sonic. I talked recently about how, when I played Super Mario World, about how we all left Nintendo for Sega, and this was one of the reasons we did. You know, Sonic. He was big. He was bold. He was bright and beautiful. The game was fast, and it was something we sort of kind of already knew how to do. Right? It plays like Mario. We're going to get to that in a minute, but I've also got a big, bold classic right here. This is a Jim Beam and Coke. So grab yourself something and join me. You know, listen, there's nothing wrong. I'm going to tell you right now, at least in San Antonio, there's nothing wrong with the tap water. You don't have to get fancy. You know, if you just got done running or something on your treadmill, a COVID treadmill at home, get yourself a water. Who cares what you have? I'm having a Jim Beam. And I accidentally punish myself constantly by saving so much at the end of the glass for the end. So I'm gonna have a good time here. On the early side, let's say that. All right, Sonic. Here we go. This was it. You hooked your Sega up. You got the Genesis. I got the Genesis. Before the Super Nintendo was released, I jumped ship. I probably shouldn't have. I really shouldn't have. But there were games that were on the Genesis that were really cool. And as I've said in other videos, they were sort of the more adult machine. The console looked cooler. It was jet black. And, of course, whoa, look at that. The game was so fast, you know, that's another thing. The game, compared to a Mario, you're just flying through these levels. And I always liked that. You know, we didn't have the term speed run back when I was playing Mario games as a kid. But I would have liked that concept as a kid because I just wanted to get through the level. I had so many friends who were so patient to get every coin or get every little item, to explore areas. Beat the level, dude. Move on. Fight the boss. You know how these things work, right? Fight the boss. Anyway, what do we want to talk about today? Well, the story I want to tell you today is a lot about the apartment complex I grew up in, the Terra Apartments in San Antonio, Texas, because even though I didn't have, you know, a front yard and a backyard, and all of my friends who did have houses, especially nice houses, sort of like, I don't know, gave me like a sorry look when they found out I lived in an apartment complex. I loved it. I had no reason to be upset. Of course, I had nothing to compare it to, but It was great, and this was not luxury living, okay? But there was so much to do for a kid to explore. And so the primary thing I want to talk about today, okay, and that'll be sort of like the subtitle, is the ditch. Okay? Are you excited now? The ditch. What do you say? Get excited with me. What are you looking for when you're a kid and you're old enough to get out of the house, but not old enough to drive yet? You're trying to get into just a safe amount of trouble, right? Minor trouble, so hanging around the ditch. Well, before I get to the ditch, I will say there was all kinds of fun stuff to do at this complex that I grew up in. Whoops. Didn't have my invincibility anymore, did I? There was a basketball court, and we played basketball. There was a tennis court. I don't know, it was like one kid who had a tennis racket. We ended up just trying to hit each other with it. So that was just kind of a place to hang out. And there was also this, I'm just thinking of this. There was like a wooded area just off the property line, but you could hop the fence. And, what? The death for Sonic was always so disappointing because he looks cool, like he looks like he could. I mean, you know, there's not unlimited continues on Sonic. I'm already remembering. Oh look, they gave me a little treat because I'm awful at the game. You guys, I don't prep for these. I haven't played Sonic the Hedgehog #1 in, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. Like, you have to know, you have to trust me that I don't sit around like trying to be good at it and be like, okay, let me earn my stripes with these people who are spending time with me. No, man, I don't know what happens next. I remember the boss is maybe at the end of this level, but I don't remember what happens. Okay. This wooded area is where I was going. Sorry. There's this wooded area, and we would go back there, and there was all these kinds of bamboo. Just as a slight criticism for this game, Mario, okay, when he gets hurt, he blinks invisible for a minute, right? He's invincible for just a second. Same with a Contra. You get respawned into the area, you spiral in and you land, and you're good for a sec, right? A quick sec. I jump on the spike, fine, it takes my coins, then just dead immediately. I don't appreciate it. Blast processing, be damned. Okay. So what I've been trying to say is there was this really cool wooded area that we would go into, and it was bamboo stalks and stuff. And we would clear land out there and make like little forts and little hangout areas, me and the neighborhood kids. And it was a lot of fun, you know. There were kids who'd found dirty magazines and they'd hide them out there. That whole weird thing, hiding dirty magazines out in the woods. And then, you remember that TV game show American Gladiators? We were way into American Gladiators. And if you're not familiar with that, the contestant, like athlete, would come on the show and they would battle these, the stable of characters. It was sort of like WWF wrestling in that they were sort of like scripted to hate each other, and these characters, the stable of characters who were considered American Gladiators, and they would face off with contestants in various physical challenges. And one of them was the joust, okay? And on the joust, you would they would stand on these on these small circular areas, and they would be holding these jousting oh goodness. Well, we used bamboo sticks. We used 6-foot bamboo sticks that we had broken, but there were these professional mallets, I want to say, 2-sided mallets where they would try and whack each other off of them. So we took that principle, and of course on TV it's all very safe. There's padding and there are helmets and everything, and we just said, well, let's stand on some tree trunks and let's break some bamboo and let's just smash each other in the in the knuckles from 6 feet away. A lot of bloody knuckles playing American Gladiators out there. But anyway, finally I get to the joust portion of our programming. The ditch. Sorry, the ditch portion of our programming. The ditch was the best part. I got to be careful because I'm not paying attention. Let me hit my save point. Let me get a couple of coins in case I make a big mistake here. This is not a difficult part of the game. Later levels get hard. This is just like basic, get you ready to learn how to play. Keep a couple of coins in case you make a mistake. But this is just training you for the game, and I'm failing miserably at it. Shout out to Ricky Hall, who's always pointing that out. Anyway. The ditch was this area where no grown-ups went, and so that was immediately interesting to us. But also there was... Oh, wait, whoops. There was always graffiti there. Like satanic imagery and stuff. Uh-oh. This is boss time. Okay. Watch me fail again. Okay, here we go. You'd be hanging out at the ditch, and no grown-ups around and everything. Uh-oh. Boy. Okay, he's gonna get me. I knew he was gonna get me. Just get one coin back, and then you have a chance, you see, on this guy. You're gonna bash him. How many times? This is unreal. I didn't realize it was gonna be this many times. Get a coin. Okay. Okay, what was that? 7? No. Again, stick to the Mario rule. 3s. What are you... As Mark Gifford would say, what are you doing, dude? Okay.
That is an excellent question, Todd. What are you doing, dude?
So, look at this. I'm going to finish this beverage because I keep getting sidetracked here. The ditch, you see. It was a wooded area. By the way, the background here looks like Altered Beast, doesn't it? Altered Beast fans? I'm gonna come back to Altered Beast and play it, but look, I think they were playing off Altered Beast here. The first level of Altered Beast. Background looks like this. Obviously, there aren't the wacky robot animals and stuff. I think this is like some sort of commentary. Oh gosh, look, the ditch. This is the least structured story I've ever told, but I'm kind of liking it. So we go down there, and what you do is you go down into the ditch. Feet unlocked. Look at that. I didn't even know this game had this business. Okay. So what you do, and I'm going to pause because I want to talk to you, because my emphasis is you. It always has been, right? You know this. I hope you know this. Okay. You go into the ditch. It was dangerous, you see. And there was this cement hole that we would like to climb into. And we'd take flashlights and we'd go as deep into the hole as we could. Because we didn't know what was back there, you see. So you can tell this is like 5th grade maybe. I had a Ghostbusters flashlight you held with 2 hands, and it had little lenses you could change for colors. And you could have, one of them was a Slimer. But walk through. Felt like a Ghostbuster, right? Walking into danger. And we're traversing this disgusting. I mean, sometimes it'd be moldy. Sometimes you'd hear rats or what you thought were bats. And there'd be water. Because it's like a sewer tunnel. We would go deep into there. Very dark, very cold. Smelled of mold. And and someone would have a piece of chalk. And they would just do like a squiggle or like a signature mark. We all had these like little signature, maybe you did your initials or something. Excuse me. But just to show that you'd been there, right? Because we didn't have any way of tracking like how far this tunnel went and who'd been the farthest. We made a pact. There were like 5 or 6 of us as kids. We made a pact we wouldn't ever go alone. We'd always go with a buddy because you didn't want to get like trapped in there. God knows what would happen to you. So we'd go. Sometimes 4 or 5 of us, sometimes just 2. And you'd see how far you could get. Well, sometimes you'd run into like tree branches and it would stop you from going. Or you'd actually encounter a rat. Or sometimes you'd encounter like somebody been hanging out down there and like cigarette butts and dirty words written down and maybe a syringe, and you get kind of freaked out because we were little, so we'd just scurry off. But thinking back on it now, gosh, this wasn't the best idea. But at the time, it was danger and fun, you see. That's all we could think about. And, I tried to make it far. I tried to make it as far as I could, but we never found anything. We never, you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid. This is what it feels like, a sewer, You're down there. You're going to find what? The the lair of your favorite cartoon turtles? We never found anything. Or I didn't. And we go back and we go further and further and further, and it would get wet down there, and the chalk would disappear, or someone would wipe it off or something. So you didn't ever know exactly really how far you were getting. But then someone said that they made it to the Alamo Quarry. To the quarry. This was an old cement factory in San Antonio. It's now a shopping center, the Quarry, the famous shopping center. But one of my buddies claimed that they made it so far that they came out miles away, and you could not run, that you had to, we were squatted, you see. And if there was water on the ground, you had to sort of, spider it. You had to get your legs kind of Spider-Man'd out and then kind of creep. But I guess a couple of them had made it to the quarry, the cement factory. And they said there were abandoned cars out there. This, to a little kid, man, is heaven. There were abandoned cars, and they were picking up little cement balls, you see, like little weights, and they were throwing them through car windows, and I'm just sitting there like, wow, like listening, marveling at, at what they discovered. And I never made it that far. Of course, you could just go on land to the quarry and hop a fence and run around and do all that. And you'd known people who did. But the fact that they made it through the ditch and did it that way, whether they were lying or not, I love the story and I love to think about it. Listen, I'm done. You're done with me. I finished my drink minutes ago, and literally no structure to this story. That doesn't mean I didn't have fun with you. I hope you had fun with me. We beat one boss. That's not nothing. That was Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis, and I'm happy that you're with us. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. And next time, I will, maybe I'll just grab a second beverage or something. But listen, between the next time I talk to you, between now and the next time I talk to you, I'm Todd. See ya.